there, this is Mike Munzing, Munzing Mortgage Group. I've been a lender down here in Orange County for about 20 years. Each week I put these little videos together for you so you as the realtors can watch them. You can forward them to your buddies at the office there, forward them to your clients, buyers, sellers, whoever might be looking. I try to cover what's pertinent in the lending industry as well as the real estate side of the game. What's coming on out of legislation, what's going on in Sacramento, what's going on in DC, and what's going to affect us in our industry. I have a lot to cover this week. But speaking of DC, what is going on up there? Is it the beer summit? I brought that in, a little beer summit for you. Now myself, I actually chose, much like Professor Gates, the red stripe. Because for me, I just don't think Professor Gates would want to have the white stripe. You gotta love the white stripes. But that was kind of fun. Hey, each week I bring you a lot of information. I've got a lot to cover this week. But let's start with my website. My website's where I have a lot of this information, and that can be found at www.mikemunzing.com. Well, heck, let's bring it up on the screen here. Now, this is my website. Now, if you look over to the right side here, you can see, you can also, if you're not friends with me on Facebook and Twitter, you can do that. Now, these blue buttons going down over to the to your left side here have a lot of different features and a lot of different links to a lot of good information here as well. Now, below me, down below here, right here, are the interview series for my videos, as well as my market updates. These are the ones that the videos that get updated each week. They're always right here on the front page. Now, there's a YouTube kind of a player deal here, but I have right here on my right here on the front of my website. Now, if you look over here, once again, I'm up here now. To my right, your left here, is my quick online application. That is a great spot to send your clients and get them approved quickly. I talk about that a lot. It's a quick online application that they fill in the blanks. They send it to me. It's secure, it's quick, it's fast, it's wonderful, and I think that'll be real helpful for them. So once again, come to the website at www.mikemunzing.com and we can get your clients approved quickly. Next, I want to bring you a new report that Fidelity put out. I'll be putting that on my website here in the next day or so. It'll probably be on there for tomorrow. But it's the June 2009 market update. It's a very, very comprehensive zip code by zip code, very similar to the first report. But this one combines the foreclosure numbers and the other sales numbers. So if you want to have a good overall sheet to have with you at your open houses, talk to your clients and the buyers about, this is a great report. I'll bring it up on the screen so you kind of take a look. Can't read it, but at least have an idea what it looks like. Go find this report on my website. Once again, mikemunzing.com. This will be a great report to have with you. You can never have too much information and know what's going on. If you're following me week to week, every couple of weeks I put out Stephen Thomas's numbers. Now I just kind of cover a couple of highlights here. Here's a picture of Stephen here. I'll bring his name up in the back. Now, Stephen he and his dad own one of the local real estate companies down here in South Orange County, but Stephen's a great statistician, kind of an economist guy, and he puts out really good information. I have the full report on my site as well. I also put it out on Twitter as soon as I get it. Also put it out on Facebook. If we're friends there, that's why I have the Twitter, so I can get you these reports quick, get them to you so you can have them and know what's going on. But a couple things in the front page here that I want to cover is that interestingly enough, the distress sales, foreclosures and short sales, they've decreased about 56% since the height of last summer, down 56%. And in the last couple of weeks, another 150 distressed homes have come off the market, about 150 less in Orange County. And that brings us combined to about 2,616. Now, the short sales and foreclosures. And the active inventory is down about 51 homes in the last couple of weeks to a grand total of 8,895 homes on the market in Orange County. Now, the interesting number here too is that pending sales, because a lot of the long escrows and short sales, is at about 6,519 currently pending sales, and that is the highest that Stephen's seen it since he started doing the report back in 2007. Now, back to the distress sales. There's a lot of speculation going on. We're going to cover this. Why are the properties not coming back on the market? We're seeing record numbers in foreclosures from the NODs. We're seeing very high foreclosure sales and a bunch going back to the lenders. You've got record numbers of delinquencies. Folks are starting to not pay their mortgages in record numbers, 30, 60, 90 days, and then it goes to the NODs. But those are in record numbers, and we're seeing very, very low properties coming back on the market. There's some speculation. The banks are holding back. You're saying, oh, gee, more are going to short sale. Myself, I've said it before, I definitely feel there's some manipulation going to the market, trying to hold these property values up. Who's controlling these banks? Who's got the strings on these guys? Yeah, I think the government's stepping in and probably pushing this to keep the values high. They said, we're going to keep the values high, but by artificially manipulating the market, that's not going to help anything. Today's July 30th. Today is the first day of a new government regulation called HERA. This will drastically affect the way you and I do business. I'm bringing in my buddies from up north. I got the Think Big Work Small guys, Frank Garay and Brian Stevens. They do great little videos. I'm going to bring that on right now. Take a look at this. This will give you an idea. I can't do better than what they're doing, so watch this video.
There's a good chance you haven't heard of the Housing and Economic Recovery Act, and yet it starts, July 30th, 2009. HERA, as it's known, is going to affect how your loan is processed, but more importantly, it's going to affect the time frames that you've become accustomed to. HERA is the new truth in lending process that will affect every borrower on every loan with every lender you work with.
The original Truth in Lending, or TIL as we currently know it, was designed to let your borrower know what the actual cost of the loan is going to be. Currently, the Truth in Lending, or your TIL, must be delivered to the borrower within 3 business days of the application for all mortgages and must inform the borrower of finance charges, the annual percentage rate, the amount financed, the schedule of payments, and total payments.
Well, there's 2 main points of HERA with respect to Truth in Lending. First, HERA states your borrower needs to be given the Truth in Lending form 3 days prior to any fees being charged, with the exception of the credit report. In other words, your lender can't even collect on an appraisal, and in the case of HVCC, order the appraisal until your client has looked at the Truth in Lending for 3 days. Well, here's the problem. How do we know when your clients actually receive the information? Well, in the case of some lenders, they're currently assuming 3 days mail time and then an additional 3 days review time, so the earliest your client will be able to move his file further down the road to docs and funding is 7 additional business days. And by the way, that assumes that the lender orders the Truth in Lending the minute that they have the opportunity.
Further, according to HERA, the revised Truth in Lending must be within 1/8 tolerance of accuracy, where before it only had to be 0.25%. That means they're tightening the screws down on this thing, guys. Given that fees start as estimates and are updated through the transaction, this means that you're more than likely to have to redisclose your Truth in Lending at precisely the moment you think you're going to sign your loan documents. What this means is you're probably looking at another 7 days at the end of your transaction. You may want to take this into consideration when looking at timeframes with your clients. To give you an idea of how many possibilities your lender has to mess up the Truth in Lending tolerance, we've been scrolling all the APR fees that could potentially derail your transaction.
So basically, HERA means at least 7 more days at the beginning of your transaction and 7 more days at the end. And could we be wrong, and could these timeframes be slightly shorter or slightly longer? Well, the honest answer is maybe. And even though HERA goes into effect just a couple of days from now, it seems only a couple of lenders have HERA guidelines in place, and the truth is, there's more questions than there are answers. We just wanted to give you a reminder in advance before you ask the obvious question of, why is this taking so long?
So here's the skinny. Your lender's going to have to lock your client's loan for a longer period of time, which is going to cost your client more money, period. Delays in escrow, well, they could cost your seller more money, period. Remember all the short sale per diems you're dealing with? Starting July 30th, you could expect further delays on closing all of your transactions. More costs, longer time frames, more paperwork, and really, more of the same. But don't worry, it's all being done in your client's best interest. Hey, if you would like to continue to get updates from the professional that sent you this video, just click the subscribe button down below. With that said, have a great day.
Okay, guys, we have a lot to deal with. I'm trying to stay on top of all this for you, so you can turn to me, give me a call, find out what's going on. We're heading into the weekend. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Keep my number, 949-689-5626. Come and find me there. I'm here for you, here for your clients, here for your buyers, and would love to help you. Look forward to working with you if we're not working together already. Once again, go to my website, www.mikemunzing.com. God bless you. God bless your family. Work hard this weekend. I'm here for you. Give me a call. Take care. Bye-bye.